Hi, our today's guest is a first ever Russian startup on this podcast, company called COEX that develops drone-based solutions for deliveries, but also for educational purposes. You will find out when and if you could get your pizza delivered to your balcony, what to do if your home country doesn't appear to be a great market fit for your product. As you know, drones definitely are not powered by steam, but can steam be powered by drones? This and other topics we cover in this podcast. Enjoy. All the best. Hello, my name is Alexander Morari, and I'm the founder of ITKeyMedia. You've tuned into our ITKeyMedia podcast about Central and Eastern European startups that are in pre-Series A stage. And our guest today is Oleg Ponfilenok, the co-founder of COEX, Copter Express, a company that designs and develops unmanned drones for aerial delivery services, but not only. We will cover more. Hello, Oleg.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. How's things in the drone industry overall? Wouldn't you say that drone have had their kind of hype already behind, or are we still, or can we still expect something really, revolutionary from the drone industry?
Yeah, right. I truly believe that we should expect some revolution in delivery and taxi area in the next maybe 5 to 10 years.
Yeah,
But delivery packages first.
delivery packages. So let's simulate a future. Imagine, Oleg, you're correct, and drones take over the world of last mile delivery, so to say. Okay, wouldn't you think that this could create some dangers as well? Because cars, unlike drones, travel in 2D dimensions, so to say. Drones have to go around in 3D dimensions, and if you have a critical mass of drones, they could create sources of danger. Would you say so? And how to deal with that?
Actually, I think that this a little probability of danger from the air will be much more less than the danger from the ground that already ground vehicles have now. And when we separate air and ground for people, air for robotics, we can eliminate these risks and decrease the total risk for humans.
And another question: what about the Russia? Because you come from Russia, I understand, and active in Russia as well. What about Russian legislation as such? Is it ready to welcome drones, or rather creating problems?
Uh, it's not very welcome, and it's actually not changed so fast. In Europe and US, especially, the legislation changed much more rapidly, and now much more friendly for using drones, especially for delivery. But in Russia, it's the same regulations that we have already 6 years before, and nothing any changes. And for each flight, we have to get permissions at least 5 days before.
Yeah, okay. And it does limit the operational side of business and ability to scale
Yeah,
up as well, right?
absolutely. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
absolutely.
Oleg, let's
So
move on.
in this case, for this reason, we don't focus on Russia, and we for delivery we more focus on UK and US.
How would you present the company's line of products? Okay, what are you trying to to produce and to bring to the market globally, not only in Russia or not necessarily in Russia?
Yeah. Thank you for this question. We have two products. Our main first product is educational quadcopter kit Clover, and we already sell it worldwide. We have customers from 25 countries, mostly from the US and Japan, and it's a educational quadcopter kit with some educational materials. And sources for some projects, manuals, and so on, curriculums as well, that helps students to learn aero robotics. And second project, it's quadcopter for delivery packages, Pelican. But we have not only quadcopter, but we have the whole system that consists of quadcopter and autonomous Postmate that can load package to drone, change battery, and unload package. So Postmates put on the ground, and our drones in autonomous delivery packages between them.
Let's cover, as far as educational products, let's cover this in a bit with some visuals. As far as your Pelican Mini, I understand this is like transportation and delivery solutions. Who is the key client here in this respect? And how advanced are you now in actually not only marketing, but actually executing the deliveries, right?
For delivery, we have a big experience. The first delivery we have made was already 8 years ago in 7 years ago in 2014, summer 2014, 7 years ago. It was in Russian city Syktyvkar. We have delivered 100 pizzas around city. And after that, we have some several other projects for delivery food. But now we create full autonomous system, and it's very new for market. And the first applications, implementations of the city in the real cases, we are going to do this summer. Firstly in Russia, but after that, for scaling, we want to go UK and probably US.
Okay, and what types of clients or companies might be interested in this, as you say, autonomous delivery systems? And I said this is mostly last mile, right?
Yeah, definitely last mile. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And
yeah,
what
we
types of
focus on small packages, up to 2 kilograms and distance up to 5 kilometers. So it's very last mile delivery. And main focusing on retail and grocery stores, some restaurants, cafes, and so on. For delivering something like meals, drinks, coffees, and anything from stores like electronics and clothes and stuff like this.
Will your transportation system deliver the pizza to my window balcony, or like how can I actually receive the order?
Firstly, we should place our Postmate, we call it drone point, to your backyard, and drone will autonomously deliver this pizza to this Postmate, to drone point.
So this is a regulated station to a regulated station, not necessarily to my specific window on 11th floor or balcony. Okay.
Yeah, right. Maybe it's not so convenient for you, firstly because you should go outside, but also we have some potential solutions that can be implemented in your home. If you have something like loft or top floor, it just needed only a hole in roof, 40 to 40 centimeters, and from this hole we can install this drone point inside your room on top floor.
Okay, so that must be a dedicated drop point, and that's the limitation so far. Because everybody would dream, everybody would dream, and my kids would love to get a pizza from a balcony, right? Do you think this is doable anytime in the close future, by the way?
It depends how big balcony do you have. If you have a small balcony, it's will be very dangerous. But if you have a big open balcony, so you can place the drone point as well.
So maybe if penetration of drones in our everyday life is high enough, maybe it would pay out for you guys in the drone industry to sell us some kind of a platform, or let's say a badge or whatever that would help navigate a drone to my balcony.
Yeah. Understand, but the problem not only in navigation. The main problem is uh, for unload package from drone, and the most favorite solution, most common solution now, it's drone using tether and lower by tether this package on the ground. Uh, and it could be your balcony as well, and drone can lower package to your balcony, no problem. But anyway, you should have some place for this. So some place for this operation, and this place it's not very little, because it should be at least I think 2 by 2 meters, because
Yeah.
drone cannot lower the package extremely precisely. It's maybe 1 or 2 meters at least. Our solutions also have size 1 by 1 meters in square. It's actually it's very similar, but with our drone point, you don't have to get this package at the time that it was delivered. You can get it anytime later, and your packages can store in this drone point as long as you want it.
Oleg, you also mentioned that another kind of line of businesses for you is the educational kits based on
Right.
drones. And honestly, I'd love to dive into this as well. And let's have a look at those solutions. Yes. Oleg, okay. So you mentioned also your Clover, the educational kit, so to say, solution. So navigate me through this part of your website. I would like our viewers also to have a look at your educational effort, not necessarily only like B2B relations. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay, so it's our website, and you can see information about our Clover drone kit. You can see a button for buy Clover, and if you go there, you can order it with delivery to worldwide, to any country. Um,
And this
Also download some
and
technical specification.
and this will give me a whole set, I understand, of elements out of which I will be able to create a drone like this, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Okay.
We deliver it in disassembled view with all elements in a box.
Yeah. Okay. And what is your goal with this product?
It's a very comprehensive solution for everyone who want to learn aerorobotics. It's a solution very open. We use open source. All software that we use and we write is open source, and also the hardware platform is also open. You can download some parts to change it and create a bigger drone, for example, using this platform to put these elements to bigger frame and participate in competitions for aerorobotics, hackathons, and so on.
Oleg,
So it's
yeah.
mhm.
I'm sorry, is this
Yeah,
a programmable drone? I can program it to perform functions
yeah,
I needed to do. So, for instance, like make a what? Make a make a round around. I mean, make a make a surveillance kind of round in my property, or check certain areas in my warehouse or something.
yeah. It's programmable drone kit. It have a Raspberry Pi 4 on board, a single board computer with a camera, and you can code navigation, indoor navigation, machine vision to detect some something, maybe to surveying your living room, or monitoring something, your properties. So spying for a cat or something like this. I don't know. And anything, a lot of tasks. We have also organized hackathon for drones for students from different countries, and they perform different projects on this drone. For example, drone who can paint something on the wall, or even see the trees and so on. a lot of different projects. So if we also have menus and some base of knowledge about our Clover drone. So if you put if you go a little down, okay, just put in your browser clover.coex.tech. Clover book for COEX. Yeah, .coex.tech. Yeah, English. Yeah, this is our menus and a lot of information about how to assemble this kit, how to set up it, coding, and so on.
Oleg, yeah. So tell me, in your mind, what are the best age ranges for this product of yours? And from your practice, people are buying it all over the world, I understand. And who are the key kind of range, clients range, age ranges that are buying this?
Yeah, the age range started from 12 years old, and the most users around 20, 25, something like this. So it's college students and university students.
Okay, cool.
But also house school students as well.
Okay. By now, how many COEX Clover kits have you sold? More or less.
We sell around 2,000 per year. So I think we have already sold around 5,000.
Cool.
Drones.
And what's the biggest order by now? I mean, with the client, maybe not at one time, but with one client, how many at most?
For education, for some schools and for colleges, they can buy up to 20 20 by one time.
Okay, cool. Okay, so as far as your business right now, can you share with us any figures about your MRR or ARR in the last year or two?
For our educational part, for manufacturing drones we have revenue and everything going good. And for industrial part, for delivery, it's now it's a project that needs some investments, and we also invest our own money in this. But also we're open to new partners and investors as well.
Let's switch on to the next round then. Oleg, who would you say are your strongest competitors? Because this seems to be becoming more and more competitive space, right now. So
yeah, right. But actually we find our own niche, and it's not very competitive. We have some competitors for educational drones, but these drones are smaller, something like DJI Tello. It's very small drones, much more smaller than what we offer, and much less powerful. So we focus for more advanced users. And for delivery, it's totally new, and there are a lot of companies that already try to do something for delivery using drones, but there are no big players in this field.
Okay, and there are no big players in this field because of lack of technology advancements, or lack of needs, or lack of relevant legal framework, you would say? Like what's keeping drone industry from explosive kind of development?
Yeah, first of all, I think the lack of legislation. It's very new and rapidly changes now, and actually it's not open for making delivery in any way that someone wants do it. They have to get some special permissions for this activity in all places. Maybe have some separate permissions for all different places, and we can see that some companies like Gubin operates only in few cities in Australia, in Ireland. I can tell about company Mana Delivery that operates in few towns in Ireland. It's very few cases. It's not a mainstream yet. So I think the most problem is legislation, but secondly, it's economics. When we make a delivery by drones, mostly in common cases, it's very expensive, much more expensive than using traditional types of delivery, using couriers. But our solution solves this problem. We're mostly focusing on decrease cost of delivery for become drone delivery competitive with traditional delivery, and we focus for cost for delivery less than $1 per each delivery.
Yeah, that's important. And what's key element of your competitiveness, you would say, to regular kind of deliveries by couriers and from dimension like pizza shop and so on? You would have an employee of the same.
Yeah, it's economics. It's very cheap cost.
Yeah, but for you to achieve this economics favorable to you, you need the scale, right? Also of penetration and kind of adoption by the clients as well, right? At some critical mass.
Not exactly critical mass, because we can penetrate locally, and we don't need to penetrate in the whole city for become economically
viable.
Profitable. Yeah. So we can just start delivery in some small towns or in some parts of the cities, and everything will be okay. Our main competitive advantage is that everything works autonomously. Drone fly autonomously, loading packages, uploading packages for batteries, everything autonomously. So we don't have to pay for people who operate it, and because of this, our costs are very low.
Oleg, let's move on to next round. And
yes.
This is a little bit more, should I say, kind of visionary, or maybe reflecting kind of element. Round 3 is about a decision that you would make today differently, knowing what you know now.
I think the right decision is not focused on Russia and more focused for Europe and US, and maybe we should come to this a little early than now, but it's also okay, and maybe we should run a little faster with delivery cases. It's something that we should perform this year, but maybe last year will be more effective because of pandemic, and it was very on time for cases when people cannot go out.
That's an interesting topic there. Why didn't you decide to go out of Russia quicker? What kept you focusing on Russian market? What I mean is lack of advisors from other countries, or is just that you didn't have this international exposure at some point, or
you're right, maybe lack of advisors, and some maybe investors, international VCs, and some people who can give us some advances and mentors and so on, how to do it outside Russia. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
I think it's the main point.
Yeah.
And actually we don't have a lot now, and very open for this because it's very important.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. So again, that's a kind of a lecture, I could say, to other founders that are, of course, busy with the everyday operational stuff. But then at some point, they just need to understand whether or not the home market, which is closest, but not necessarily is the best for development of the company, right? Okay.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah. Right. Definitely. And I think that anyone should think first which market should be more have the bigger potential for this startup and open company in this market
Yeah.
in this country.
Okay. So better qualification of the target markets in the very beginning. Okay. Great.
Yeah, right. But Russia is good for development. Actually, it's very good for develop products because have very great engineers
Yeah. Okay.
for very competitive
Yeah.
price, and it's very good. But for clients, it's not a big potential market actually in
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
field.
Yeah. One last question here on this topic. Is it easy to export products and technology from Russia? Or do you think you would be better off if you registered an office in UK or Germany or States? If you have,
Yeah. Of course. Of course, to register office and make mostly manufacturing stuff locally because it's much more easier for logistics.
that's your plan, or you have already done this?
We're also opened a manufacturer in China, and I have also a company in the US already, and I'm going to register a company in UK as well.
Okay. So I would say that's a good plan. Okay. Let's move on to round four. And now this is about the company, the founders. Okay. So I understand the company was founded back in 2013 in Russia, right? And
Yeah, right.
what city, by the way?
Moscow.
Moscow. Okay. Now, and so tell us a couple of words about the founding team, and then about the whole company. How many people you are? Are you growing now? And we'll take it from there. Okay. So the founding team.
Actually, mostly and I have one angel investor from the beginning, and it's all in our cap table. If you're talking about team, the whole team now is 30 people.
Oh wow! Okay, so you are the CEO, the founder, the only founder,
Yeah,
plus
yeah,
an
right.
angel investor, and 30 people now in the team. Are these 30
Yeah,
people full-time employees or more like project-based kind of assignments?
mostly full time, but we have some of them project based.
Okay, so I understand the decision-making process is easy because it's just you and maybe your angel investor, which is fine and always helps, of course.
Actually, only me for decision. Yeah,
Even like that.
I
So
make
that's a good formula
yeah.
for cooperation with your investors. Okay, congrats. What about the team as such? Do you plan to grow the team? What are your needs right now? Are you recruiting?
Actually, now I'm more comfortable with to find partners and some freelancers for projects because because for me personally it's more it's more comfortable to pay for work, not for time.
Yes. Okay.
And determine the work what is needed to be done,
Yeah.
and to pay for this. So working for freelancers and partners, other companies, it's more comfortable for me.
Yeah. Yeah. So ad hoc for
And also for our business model.
yeah, for specific projects, right?
Yeah. Not have a lot of burn rate. We have very low burn rate, and it's very good for feeling more comfortable in very changing situations. We can, if we have more revenue, more money, we can invest in some projects. If we don't, we can be comfortable with the low burn rate.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. I mean, rational approach, not interesting. It's rational, of course. Oleg, let's move on to the final round Formula F3 or funding for the future. So I understand by now in the history of the company, you've been funded by angel and by your own investments, and the total investment is more or less 2 million USD. What about the
Yeah, right.
needs or plans for the next investment rounds?
Um, yeah, it's a good question, and I cannot say something like that, announce it around now, but I'm going to announce it later this year. After I'm starting operating for delivery outside Russia.
So your next funding round will depend on your successes in the business development. In what market, by the way? In what market do you think?
Yeah, firstly the UK.
Okay. Yes. Great. Great. Oleg, on another level, question from another level, kind of. Do you have your own exit plan now? And if yes, which is it?
Exit from business? No, I don't have. I don't have, but actually, I think that I won't start um, for not only for sell drones that we do now, but also for provide service for delivery and selling goods for end clients. Something like Google Wing and Mang Delivery do the same model, same business model.
Yeah. Okay.
And of course, it model will be interesting for big retailers, and the exit could be for selling this service for some big retailers like Amazon, Tesco, and so on.
This is ambitious, but realistic plan, depending, of course, on all the hard hours and long hours and hard work that you would invest in the company. And I wish you all the best with the development of the company and its further expansion outside of Russia to the favorable markets. Thank you very much for the chat, Oleg.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
So that's another startup from Central and Eastern Europe that has joined our pre-A club. That's it for now, but there's more to come. Bye-bye.